Renewable energy, often referred to as clean energy, comes from natural sources or processes that are able to be replenished. Some renewable energy sources are hydroelectricity, wind power, solar energy, geothermal energy, and tidal power. While other non-renewable fuels are still in use today, the environmental impact of these fuels has raised concerns about their long-term sustainability. Renewable technologies provide a wide range of benefits to society by reducing pollution and global warming emissions, as well as making it possible to avoid dependence on fossil fuels. Because renewable technologies don't release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, they have been hailed as green or clean energy sources. Green energy is necessary for civilization to use in a transition away from coal and oil, which are the main contributors to climate change. Hi guys, and welcome to Gen XYZ Finance and Technology, where we tailor data into more comprehensible information for our curious audiences who are in a hurry, just like you. Before we start, you may want to consider hitting that subscribe button to keep seeing informative tech videos and practical financial tips. As governments and businesses become more concerned about climate change, there have been dramatic investments in renewable energy. In 2011, global new investment in renewable energy amounted to $214 billion. This was a 10% increase from 2010 and included large increases in wind power, solar photovoltaics, and biofuels. Since then, yearly growth has exploded, with China as the largest investor in renewable power and the United States the leading country for investment in renewable energy capacity. In this video, we'll discuss the top 6 industries utilizing clean energy and list some of the companies setting the pace. Number 1. Consumer goods. Procter & Gamble, one of the world's largest consumer goods companies, wanted to improve its efficiency at 2 major facilities in Pennsylvania and Georgia. The company turned to combined heat and power, an efficient and clean approach to generating on-site electricity and useful thermal energy from a single fuel source. They intend to work with local companies, utilities, energy partners, and those who share a common desire to bring more renewable electricity sources online. The company aimed to produce 100% of its power from renewable sources by 2020, which they achieved and are still able to maintain presently. Another forward-thinking corporation is Estee Lauder, which demonstrate their focus on long-term sustainable growth by converting to new sources of power. They achieved a net zero carbon emissions and sourced 100% renewable electricity for their operations in 2020. They also established protocols to reduce greenhouse gases, which were validated by the Science Based Targets initiative. These programs reduce the risks associated with regulations that increase the cost of energy and help drive strategic advantage by reducing operating costs. Number 2. Banking and finance. Voya Financial provides health, wealth, and investment solutions that enable its clients to achieve their financial wellness goals. The company has set a goal to achieve 100% renewable electricity by 2025 and is already on track to meet this goal. Its renewable energy plan includes installing solar panels at offices, providing charging stations for electric vehicles, and purchasing renewable energy from local providers, as well as from large-scale solar arrays. Today, it now relies almost 100% on natural resources to operate, from the energy and water needed to run their buildings to the minerals used in the manufacture of their computers. Another green banking company is none other than the Bank of America. It has supported a $300 billion Sustainable Business Initiatives Fund to mobilize $1 trillion in capital by 2030 for programs that will support the net zero transition. Bank of America claims that it has been supporting the Paris Climate Agreement since it was ratified in 2015 and joined initiatives that support the net zero goal. It has also been increasing its participation in renewable energy projects and initiatives by investing $1.5 billion in solar power, more than $10 billion in energy efficiency, and supporting transportation initiatives with investments of over $10 billion since 2008. Today, the bank acquires a significant amount of its total electric consumption from green energy. Number 3. Telecommunications. As the world's largest annual corporate purchaser of renewable energy, Google has been a leader in deploying clean energy projects at scale. Our favorite search engine company, for the 5th consecutive year, matched 100% of its annual electricity consumption with purchases of renewable energy, bringing nearly 6 gigawatts of new renewable energy online. They were the first company of their size to achieve this milestone back in 2017. Their renewable energy projects that started operations in 2020 span the globe in the North Sea, Chile, Singapore, and of course across the United States. Microsoft has also transitioned to investing in a cleaner energy future. They use hyperscale cloud, AI, and the Internet of Things digital twins to improve carbon capture and storage and deliver renewable and sustainable energy sources that customers want. They have a long-term vision that is called 100-100-0, that on all the world's grids, 100% of electrons 100% of the time are generated from zero carbon sources. Microsoft also made it to the list of the EPA's 100% green power users. Number 4. Electronics and technology. Intel is the US's largest voluntary corporate purchaser of green power and has been for 8 consecutive years. The tech innovator met 100% of its U.S. electricity use in 2015 with its purchase of 3.4 billion kilowatt-hours of renewable power generated from wind, solar, geothermal, low-impact hydro, and biomass sources. Intel is therefore not only responsible for the power it consumes internally, but also for purchasing enough green energy to offset the electricity used by its nearly 130,000 employees and their dependents. Like Intel, Apple has a comprehensive climate change plan where it identifies its carbon footprint and what it is doing to mitigate it. Based on an October 2021 report from the EPA, the company produces 101% green power based on its total electrical consumption. In addition, Apple has installed 11 megawatts of rooftop solar arrays at company facilities across the United States. It plans to roll out 23 more giant solar power stations in China in 2016. The power stations will generate over 40 megawatts of energy and will supply about 6,000 metric tons of green energy to the Chinese grid. Number 5. Food and beverage manufacturing. PepsiCo has made significant progress in reducing GHG emissions through its value chain, from working with farmers to implement carbon-efficient practices, through its global sustainable farming program to operating one of the largest electric fleets in North America. In 2016, almost half of PepsiCo's electricity already came from clean sources. The company is working with utilities and other partners to achieve its target ahead of schedule. PepsiCo has set a goal to purchase 100% renewable electricity for its global facilities by 2025, but it seems that this plan has been moved to an earlier date because as of October 2021, Environmental Protection Agency has already included the company in their list of 100% green power users. Another company within the food and beverage industry that has been leaning into using clean energy is Starbucks. This massive chain has sourced 100% renewable energy for its more than 9,000 US, Canada, and global company-operated stores since 2015. They are committed to a clean resource future with new investments in eco-friendly operations, regenerative agricultural practices, biodegradable packaging, and an environmentally friendly menu. The company has developed an initiative to encourage its partners to purchase certified renewable energy and offset their purchases. Number 6. Transportation. The obvious leader in clean energy for the transportation industry is Tesla. When it was founded in the mid-2000s, most analysts did not give it much of a chance to succeed as it was taking on the entrenched American auto industry. Between the stranglehold of gas-powered car makers on the market and lobbyists for the fuel companies buying off Congress, in some cases actually writing legislation themselves, it seemed a bit of a steep climb. Now, almost 20 years later, Tesla is one of the most valuable companies in the world, and their vehicles are recognized as the standard by which others are compared. No longer just quote-unquote pretty good for an electric car, their innovations have improved performance, range, and comfort to a level that surpasses most other brands. With a rechargeable battery wall that functions as a personal filling station, Tesla has revolutionized not only the auto industry, but battery technology, solar panels, and soon municipal power grids themselves. Pretty soon, a typical home will have solar panels on the roof feeding a battery wall in the garage that powers a state-of-the-art Tesla vehicle. Much as interstate highways ushered in a new era of travel in the United States during the mid-20th century, Tesla is now getting into the highway restaurant business built around recharging stations. By making it easier to recharge their cars, Tesla is betting that people will buy into the experience of spending a relaxing half hour and their money at a network of new-age rest stops. Although this is a small list list of companies that embrace clean energy, it is a sample of what many others are also doing. Compared with fossil fuel industries, which have been fixed in place for over 100 years, renewable energy offers enormous growth potential. Solar panels need humans to install them, and wind farms need technicians for maintenance. This means that more jobs are created for each unit of electricity generated from renewable sources than from fossil fuels. In addition to the jobs created to create energy, every corporation will potentially need in-house energy consultants and technicians to ensure their energy needs are met. Do you think these efforts can add more years to our planet's D-Day, or is it too late? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and do consider clicking that notification bell to keep yourself updated on our latest videos. We'll see you in the next video.